Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sharpe. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And now we see them. And today we got a hell of a show for you guys here today. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, my name is Charles Sharpe. My handle is CTABANZ. You want to follow the channel, Instagram, same name as the channel, DREAMERSPRO. And if you want today's full show before it comes out on YouTube, it is streaming for free on the DREAMERSPRO podcast. Anyway, let me get into this topic. Here. There's a lot of drama this year. A lot of drama, and I'm all for it. You know, it definitely wasn't like this last year. The number one story last year was the Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe. I think it was the one about the Tom Brady one, or it was the I think it was that. But anyway, that was the main drama. This year, everything is happening. You have the Cat Williams thing. You have this one. You have that one. Then last night, you have Stephen A. Smith finally responding to Jason Whitlock. And man, did he did not hold back for a single second. It was I listened to it's an entire, the man was cussing. He was pissed off, right? And I think he wanted to lay it out exactly the way he did. He didn't want to twerk it up all over the place. He wanted to make sure his thoughts were crystal clear, that no one was confused at the end of his monologue about how he felt about Jason Whitlock. So that was something quite incredible. So what happens? This morning I woke up, opened up my YouTube, probably some productivity, but people say you shouldn't do that. I opened up my YouTube after I opened up my Instagram to see the news that was flashing around, because I'm not really on Twitter. So I jump on, on YouTube just to see what's happening out there, what I missed. And then I see a show recommended to me from Shannon Sharpe's show with Chad Ochocinco, Nightcap. And in this particular clip, you see the text essentially saying something to the effect of, let me see if I can actually pull it up here. The text had the following headline. It said, I don't mess with him. Shannon Sharpe weighs in on Stephen A. Smith, Jason Whitlock beef, right? And I was like, very interesting. I must investigate. So I click on the show to kind of get a sense of what Shannon Sharpe felt. And what was surprising to me was that as Shannon Sharpe was weighing in on it, it started to go off into this whole thing of Shannon Sharpe now taking issue with Jason Whitlock. And then I remembered after the incident that Shannon Sharpe had with the Memphis Grizzlies and all of that, then ultimately him departing FS1, Fox Sports, Jason Whitlock then produced a show about how he would expose Shannon Sharpe, how Shannon Sharpe sabotaged Skip Bayless and the things that they were saying about him at Fox Sports. So then I remember, I'm like, oh, that's right. We even produced a show around that, if I'm not mistaken. So I think Shannon was reacting to that. And then when his turn came, Shannon was just as straightforward. The only difference is he didn't cuss. But he absolutely went off on Jason Whitlock as well. And he didn't pull any punches, if I'm being honest with you. So for those of you who didn't hear what Shannon Sharpe had to say in response to Jason Whitlock, we want to play for you. Now we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what Shannon Sharpe had to say here.
It's so refreshing. It's so refreshing to see somebody be their authentic, organic self when they have a problem with somebody, instead of that same politically correct that we always spew. I like it.
Ocho,
You don't like it?
No,
You can't like- you gotta like it.
For me, Ocho, look, guys are starting to take shots at me that never took shots at me before. And I know
you did it on the last show. See, you just did the same thing.
No, Ocho. No, I didn't mention no names. I remember people knew who I was talking about.
I still don't know who you're talking about. I was just going
But here's
along.
the thing. This is what I'm trying to tell. Look,
Yes, sir.
if you
Yes,
look
sir.
at career-wise, you look at where Stephen A. is, and
Right.
you look at the guy that he was talking about. Stephen A. is up here. He's here.
Right.
Or even lower. So in other words, see, Ocho, you remember like when we were growing up and somebody be going, hey, man, you going to town? Hey, let me catch a ride. See, the only way he can get up if he's attach himself to Stephen A. or somebody that's higher that's going up. I'll leave him alone.
Right.
I don't look. I don't mess with him. I don't mess with him. He knows I don't mess with him. He likes to bring my name. You know, Fox tried to feed him some information about this and that, and he threatened. I don't get into all that. I just look. I know who I am. I know what I am. Okay, y'all say all y'all little stuff because see the problem that he has with me. See, and this is what a lot of people have that are journalists. You see, I can sit at a desk on ESPN or I did it at Fox, and I can do what they do. They could never live in my world. They could never play pro sports. So now, not only could I play sports and I was damn good, I can sit across and I'm more entertaining. I'm more informative. I'm more educational than you. And see, those that can do, those that can't talk. You see, all they can do is talk. I could do. That irks them. Yeah. It irks them that somebody from rural South Georgia with a lisp that overcame that can do this. It bothered them that Complex voted me most entertaining.
Come on, guy.
It bothered them. It bothered them that I got the interview with Cat Williams, the second most viewed interview in YouTube history. The
42 million. 42 million, my
42.
Dad. Come on now.
They mad about that, Ocho, and they this and that. Why y'all bother me? I've never said anything about anybody because I don't care about you. Stephen A. and I have always been cool. Now, obviously, we're a lot cooler now. He was always cordial to me. I think there was a fondness there because he went to HBCU and so did I. So I know the plights of people that go. Now, I don't know what it's like now. It's probably a lot better than when Stephen A. and I was in school.
Right.
I'm almost certain of it. But I don't know why so many of these guys got to put my name in the mouth. It seems to be the only way they can get clicks. You never hear me come on. I've never, unless somebody has said something about me, you don't hear me mention anybody's name. I've never gone on my podcast and talk about a former reporter. When I talk about players, I'm critiquing their play.
Right.
That's it. I don't just go out there and just start, and I'm paid for that. But they mad. They see I got 2.35 million subs on Club Shay Shay. We're about to hit in another 2 weeks. We're gonna hit 800,000 subs and a podcast that's 3.5 months old.
Right.
And so now the fact that somebody might throw the bag at man, that show might get picked up. Somebody might throw the bag at Nightcap. Now they mad. Everybody got he was a loose cannon. Oh, he was this. And if he keeps doing, bro, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't never said nothing.
Right.
I don't bother nobody. But I tell you what, just leave me alone.
Right.
Just leave me alone. Whatever you got going on, why you mentioning my name? I don't mention your name. I don't care about you. And so, look.
That's crazy.
Look, me and Clay Travis, we don't have anything in common. Clay Travis don't F with the dude that Stephen A. was talking about.
Right.
That should tell you everything you need to know. Clay Travis don't rock with it. And I had my issue with Clay Travis. Y'all can go dig up the tweet.
Right.
All I said was, bro, I don't know you and you don't know me, but don't make me lose my job. Enjoy the rest of your day. I left it at that.
You hit him with that on?
That's all I did. You can pull up the tweet. That's all I said. And I don't all that back and forth. I ain't about that. I had one issue with the guy that with Stephen A. got into it with. I told my bosses, I said, hey, just tell them to keep I won't be here long because I don't play. All that, I don't do all that back and forth. Leave me the F alone. I don't bother nobody.
Right.
But boy, I'm telling you, he don't want the problem. Just leave me. I don't know why he feels such a need to keep my name. Okay, whatever you got going on with Stephen A., that's it. Okay, y'all both worked at ESPN. You're both journalists. Maybe there's competition there. I don't know. Leave me the F alone. I'm not what you want.
So you heard what he had to say. Nobody likes Whitlock. You already got nobody likes Whitlock. It seems to be this is where we are. Nobody likes Jason Whitlock. This is just the moral of the story. Jason Whitlock got an issue with everybody. He got an issue with everybody. Now, what do people think about Jason Whitlock? Well, I can go off of what I think and some of the things that I've heard some people express, some of the views that I've heard them express about Jason Whitlock. What I think about Jason Whitlock is the following. Obviously, he's good at his job. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here talking about him. So he knows how to do that. There are a lot of people, trust me, that are trying to do what he does, can't do it. So you got to give him some credit for that. He knows how to do that. Jason Whitlock obviously has a history in writing. He tried to play football as well. So he has a sports journalist background. We know that as well. He presents himself as a truth teller. He presents himself as a conservative. He presents himself as a holy Christian and all of that, based off of the things that I've seen him talk about. You know, he's all for America. What else? He is a truth teller, right? That's one thing I know about him. What I also know about him, and it's something I don't like, I think that he is hypercritical about blacks. I think that if a black person does something, he's the first one that's going to run to the front to jump up and say, okay, I'll talk about it. I find that to be a little bit strange. The reason I find that to be particularly strange is the following. Remove Jason Whitlock. Let's talk about another group. Let's talk white people. Let me talk to you for a second. Okay. Can you imagine that if from time to time you guys F up, you guys do your thing, you do this, you do that, stuff that's worth, people's ire and criticism. And then whenever a white person messes up, whether it be in media and sports, whatever, one person from your particular group who's white is always ready to run up there and tell the world why whites are wrong, why whites are dysfunctional, why whites are this. As a white person, let's just be honest for a second. Wouldn't a part of you say, but wait a minute, what is wrong with this dude? Like, I get it. What you're saying could be valid. But why is it whenever we as whites mess up, you're always the first one to jump up and start hollering? Or if you were an Italian and you had an Italian person that did that. Or if you were Chinese and you had a Chinese person that did that. Or I don't know, if you were from, wherever, Indonesian, wherever. Wouldn't you feel kind of funny from your group? That's how blacks feel about Jason Whitlock. That's how he feels. And I think it would be annoying to whites if we had blacks, or if you had blacks that were sitting there saying, but why are you reacting that way? He's telling the truth. Why are you reacting that way? Why are you persecuting the guy? He's looking after your best interest. Some of you whites would have been like, yeah, I understand that, but that seems to be your only goal here. That's your only, that's like your single manifesto in life, to solve whites' problems. Like, are there any other problems you want to solve? That's how blacks feel about Jason Whitlock. It's quite weird, and I find that to be weird. Does he have entertaining shows? Yes, sure, he does. Does he make good points about race and other? Sure, he does. My only question, not issue, because I don't care. My only question is, however, why is it that you're always ready to jump up out of your seat and run to the front of the line and be like, you need a black thrown under the bus? Don't worry, I got you. I'm the man for the job. Move over, bring the bus. We gonna roll it down. Let me get a head start. Let me run his black ass over for you. And then I'm gonna put my hand out the window and say, I did a good job. You got any others? I'm the man to call. 1-800-RUN blacks over. Throw blacks under the bus. That's how Jason Whitlock comes off. And there's an aspect to this. I'm also going to hip some of the whites onto something else that's taking place here. Some of the whites. I sound like Dave Chappelle. Some of the whites, the blacks, whatever. There's some blacks that are watching this situation here that are saying, why were you so quick to pounce on Shannon Sharpe when he messed up? And why were you so quick to come to the defense of Skip Bayless? Why is that your predisposition? Was Shannon Sharpe out of line for doing what he did? Possibly. But there's no way you can tell me that Skip Bayless wasn't out of line for disrespecting his partner on television. That's madness. There's no way you can tell me that you endorse disrespect to that degree of a co-host on television. I don't understand that. So to me, listen, everyone doesn't like, everyone hates Whitlock, it seems like. I personally don't care, by the way. He can do it. He can do what the hell he wants to do. He's his free man, free world. Like what you like, vote what you vote. I don't care. To be 100% honest with you, I'm a Christian, so he does say some things that I agree with. However, sometimes I think he acts a little bit sanctimonious and acts like he's holier than thou when he's not. And he has a way of disarming people that would say, wait a minute, you're not the same, by basically criticizing himself and then going out there to criticize someone else. I don't like that. That's just me, however, right? That's just my view. But it seems like everybody's coming for Whitlock and nobody likes Jason Whitlock. And I don't know what to say, but you can be rest assured that Jason Whitlock will be responding to every single thing that has been said about him. And you know what? I'm here for it because it's great content and it gives us something to talk about. And I can't be mad at it, to be quite honest with you. It's going to be a lot of fun. So put on your seatbelt and get ready. And then one quick thing, Shannon Sharpe said, why you got to mention me? Why you got to mention that and all of that? That's just the way that's the way the media works. That's just the way the media works. Shannon, he said that. Why did you mention me? That's the way the media works. Everybody talks about somebody else. What are we discussing here? You're covering the game. You're talking about the athletes. You're talking about this, and then it's a circle. Then Shannon Sharpe will say something. He's a personality, and people react to what Shannon Sharpe has to say. And then another person will say, and then Shannon Sharpe will react to something. That's how it works. It's a symbiotic relationship. So I think that's the reason why people want to talk about what you say because you're influential. If you don't want people to do that, then don't be influential. That's all. But it's part of the game. You're talking about people that are who? Influential. So that's the other part I just wanted to put out. But these are my thoughts, whatever you guys think. Oh man, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. And I'm all here for it. I'm all here for it. I'm all here for the drama this January. Catch you guys on the next show. Peace.